Hello, dear viewers. Thank you so much for joining me today for your daily tarot reading. Please choose the pile that appeals to your intuition, the one your intuition would have you pick. And some people pick two. Some people pick two, and that works out real well too. All right. So I will put the timestamps in the description box so that you can find your piles. For those who chose this quartz, this clear and white quartz, we've got the moon, the empress. Oh, very mysterious. And the knight of swords. Ooh, I like this. Okay, so this is the reading of somebody who's got a new beginning coming and they just know it and they feel like something good is going to happen and begin here. Maybe they hope it's this thing, maybe they have an idea, but they're going by their intuition. You know, the moon is the intuition card, so it's a little mysterious. How is it going to happen? What's going to exactly happen? I don't know, but it looks good. You know, with the Empress, it's bringing something good, a new beginning, a new something, a new abundance. Something is coming in. That's wonderful. But the moon tells you, has you maybe leaving feeling like, well, I don't know what it is. You know what? The moon is a wonderful card because there is plenty of light. There's plenty of moonlight. There is a path. This is not difficult. There are even landmarks here, right? People can find their way in this moon card. And they even have some help from the dogs if they like dogs, there they are. So the moon card is a terrific card. It strengthens your intuition today. So whether you know what's coming in or not, if your intuition is telling you to be hopeful, you go with that. If your intuition is telling you something about what it could be or in what area it could be, then you can take some peace in that. All right. The Knight of Swords is about charging forward. So this card is just, it could be about your charging forward in a plan that you've already been working on for a while. Maybe it's halfway to maturity, this plan. So for some of you, for those of you who are receiving schooling, undergoing education, that might be you keep charging on forward, intellect first, and that's good. You're making the progress. For some of you, it can just be any kind of plan. The swords are usually plans. They're plans that intellectually make sense. They often have a couple of steps or more. They're not just a direction. They're actually a plan. So the Knight of Swords, whatever plan you're working on, doesn't have to be anything big. I think the advice is just keep moving forward on your plan. Just keep moving forward on your plan. And if your intuition is picking up on something coming in the fullness of time that will be good, it's probably right. So you can be hopeful. So it's one of those days again where we focus on this because until we know more about this, right? Okay, so you have a marvelous day. All right, for those of you who chose this blue, gray, and a little gold speckled stone, that's lapis lazuli. Sometimes it's not the most pure form, so sometimes called denim, I guess. I'm learning about these things. It's so interesting. Okay, so we have the Justice card, we have the Temperance Angel, and we have the Seven of Swords. My goodness, two powerful major arcana here. I absolutely love the Temperance Angel because there's some real protection. Whenever the Temperance Angel comes up, I know that I am going to be guided. I'm not going to do anything rash. Spirit's going to help me in a situation to think twice maybe and not do anything too rash, to think it through and probably give me some guidance, So that's really, I love that. I love the Temperance Angel. It's about proceeding in a wise and balanced way. It's about proceeding in a way that feels balanced emotionally to you. It doesn't feel terribly disruptive to your life. It allows you room and space to be emotionally balanced and content. So it really is a lovely card. And she, this temperance angel, she just sticks a toe into new risks or new behaviors or new choices. She's the opposite of reckless. But there's a reward at the end of her path. So this is lovely. But now, what in the world? We have the Justice card. And that can be about balance as well. So we have balance in fairness, and we have balance of emotions. This hidden agenda with the Seven of Swords. If there is someone with a hidden agenda that is affecting you or could affect you, or there's a concern about it, I just think that today is a day where you're going to be blessed with a very balanced view of the situation. Like maybe you're suspicious, or maybe there has been somebody who's been trying to get away with something. This guy's trying to get away with something. But today, if you're aware of this somewhere in your environment, or even this could be someone not in your environment, but what they're doing affects you, you're going to be really balanced about it today, content anyways. It's just not, I just feel such protection for you. It's just like that, whatever. I'm going to let justice take care of that. It's like that. I'm going to let justice take care of that, because I know that universally, somewhere, whether in this lifetime or not, the scales will balance, and I can focus on being happy and content and moving along my goals and just having lovely emotion and balancing that. It's sort of like that, isn't it? Like the Justice card protects this from this. So I think you're asked to have faith about that today, to know that you're loved and you're watched over and you're guided, to know that nobody can really take from you in a way, not in any kind of permanent way. I just thought of something. I just thought of, the old story of the villain who schemes and plots and thinks, I'm going to have this, and I'm going to make people do that, and I'm going to take more for myself, and I'm going to, sock it to them or whatever. And then the hero is over here going la-da about his life, about her life, and doesn't even know what this foolish villain is doing, and he's tripping in the background, and it's like that. The schemes come to no good. So it's like that. You have protection today, and it's good to have faith in ultimate justice today. That's what I'm seeing. All right. For those of you who've got the pink stone, and I think this is pink granite. I don't know, or is it pink quartz? And it's beautiful anyway. We've got the Tower, we've got the Ace of Coins, and we've got the Two of Wands. Okay, so the Tower is the heart of your reading. But look at the cards around it. They are not bad cards. They're good cards. So the Two of Wands is, that's the world explorer. And he's got options, and he's got hopefulness, and he's looking to the horizon for the next adventure. That's what he's doing. He's got the world in his hands. He feels like he could do about anything. So that Two of Wands guy, he's got energy. The wands, they can be energy, their life, they sprout little leaves. He's in a good place. He's not at all nervous about the future. And the Ace of Coins, well, that's an opportunity from Spirit for more security. That's an opportunity that comes in. It can be big, it can be small, but just something that you can be doing today or having today that will increase your base of security, which is either money or wealth or health, or just the things that bring stability and security to your life. So I don't know. This Tower, I'm thinking is not a bad tower, but there may be something today that changes things. It may be happening around now. If there is something that happens that you didn't foresee and you felt like it's an unwelcome thing, you don't like it, it disrupted things for you, it disrupted your plans for the day, I think the cards around it are saying, please look for the opportunity in it. Maybe your day was disrupted for a reason because Spirit's been trying to lead you to use your time to do something else that really is going to benefit your life. Yeah, that could be what it is. Maybe there's something that, sometimes we have that. We're just barreling ahead with our plans, which is usually just fine and good and all of that. But sometimes we get miserable with it and we're just like, oh, we just have to barrel through this day or the next 2 days or the next 3 days. And I just feel like Spirit is never happy with that because, they love us over there and our source loves us over there. Well, over there within, source loves us. And sometimes I feel like our routine gets disrupted because we're supposed to look at the assumptions we're taking into this day and into this week maybe, and really kind of say, hey, does this have to be miserable? I mean, is there an opportunity I'm not seeing that could actually do a lot more good for me than this thing that I'm focused on making sure happens? And the playful attitude, the more positive expectation kind of attitude of the Two of Wands comes in to say, this day could be anything. This week, this month could be anything. We get stuck in a rut sometimes and we forget to see that, heck, if we wanted to, we could make a big decision this month. We could arrange for some time off and do something entirely new and adventurous. We could do that. We could make time in our schedule to pursue something we're interested in yet never thought we would do. So I think that if there's any disruption, it's for your good, is what I'm hearing. It will give you the opportunity to sit back, explore your options. Maybe you thought you would do this today, but there's another option that rises in importance, and you're going to find that it was absolutely right. So that's a good reading. And maybe this reading is the tower moment that changes things and just opens up your brain to thinking about other possibilities. For those of you who chose this golden white quartz, this light golden quartz, we've got the Star card, the Page of Swords, and the Six of Swords. Okay, so we've got swords here, so it's not a lot about your thoughts today, and perhaps your speech, your intellect. So the Star card is your major arcana here. It's the heart of your reading. Hope. I just love the Star card. I have found that every time Spirit brings that up, we are being told there is reason to be hopeful. It's not just, please be hopeful, it's better for you. It's more like Spirit is seeing into our future and saying, hey, guess what? There is reason to be hopeful. It's like that. So the Hope card comes in. And, this woman, she can't see the stars. She's looking down at the water. Maybe she's even looking at her emotion. Water is emotion. Maybe some emotion needs to pour out. Maybe she needs to, she needs to let that be, maybe not fight it, just feel it. But then stand up and look at that star. If you've had anything that's been kind of getting you down, it might be a day to feel that, to let it flow, but then even literally stand up, and you could do a meditation where you're beholding the joy and the beauty and the light that Spirit is bringing in, So sometimes these visualizations are very powerful, and I like the cards because they help us to sort of meditate on that visualization. So that's a good thing to do. The Page of Swords, because we end up feeling different. It's powerful. The Page of Swords is either a new plan, brand new plan that you've picked up or you're going to be picking up today. And it's a good plan because it's out of some hard lessons you've learned. It's a mature plan. It's a plan that came out of lots of, well, I don't even want to say unfortunate. That's just life, isn't it? We learn, and sometimes we learn things the hard way, but we're glad we learned them. We're glad to have them now. We're glad that now we know more and we can make better plans. We can make plans that are more likely to be successful now because of things we've learned. This family brings these understandings, this knowledge to calmer shores, to a better future, and uses it to leave turbulence behind. So this is good. Although, like I said, these two, for some reason, I feel led to say if there's some emotion that needs to kind of be felt and then poured out, and let's leave it behind to the calmer shores. Let's then experience this. Let's then experience that. Look at this man. He's starting to, you see his head is up. He's starting to look at the calmer shores, the more beautiful environment over there. Yeah. So I think that's about the attitude to have today. Yep. Right. For a few of you, this Page of Swords shows up as maybe there's some immature talking or some talking without thinking or some verbal sparring or something, in your environment, or you have a moment like that where there's a conversation like that. I just think this is not relevant because you've got this hope card. Okay, so that if that's your story, if that interpretation is more like your interpretation for today, then the star card is saying, don't think it means anything. Don't worry about it. Don't, like, if this is somebody in your life and you're worrying, oh my gosh, how's our relationship going to be, or how are they maturing? Are they maturing at a good rate, or what have you? Is this okay? Are they going to be okay? This would say, don't worry. Don't worry. Instead, be hopeful. Instead, be hopeful. Because there's reason to hope. Like I said, Source can see into our future and they know. All right. Well, I thank you so very, very much. You have a marvelous day. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.